You're listening to It Came From the Radio. You know this is Jennifer Lee Spellman, aka Elman, aka Svetlana, aka Dr. Felda, aka Sherry, aka Mark's assistant. So welcome to the show. We have someone very special here, but I'm very bummed today. And for anyone watching the video, I'm wearing a lifeguard sweatshirt because I need someone to save this interview. I shot a horror film last night. My bed is covered in fake blood. Right behind me, I slept on the couch. I've never once slept on this couch since 2018. I always sleep in my bed. I have a ritual, but my bed is covered in blood. And someone, I'm going to find you, ruined my audio Behringer setup. This Behringer setup is great. Okay, enough about me. Let's talk about our wonderful guest. I know he's wonderful because I checked out his website. I'm so freaking impressed. I'm so impressed that for the first time ever, I asked for a second interview before we even did the first interview. So, with all of that, I'm here with Danny Efkarpidis. He is the creator of the series Dogs of Creation. He's on to his third book. This is very interesting to me because I was texting all about WWE yesterday with a friend who's making a song for a wrestling show, and I played like a wrestling character the other night. So synchronicity is God. Are you here? We're gonna get to that later. And who is Danny Efkarpidis? He is the director of broadcast animation for the WWE for 25 years. That's impressive. So, first question. Enough about me and my favorite topic. Uh, as the director of broadcast animation at WWE, what exactly do you do? I know the wrestlers' entrances would be lacking without you. We would all be like, something's missing. So, what do you do?
So for primarily it varies. I have a team of like 3 to 4 people.
Mhm.
But my primary function is when all the wrestlers come out, they have the trons behind them. I design everything in there. So the most popular one I did most recently was the Rock's entrance, like for
Mhm.
that leading up to WrestleMania and during WrestleMania. That was a big fun project I had to work on and just love doing it. And there's other things I do too, like the day-to-day things. I help with a lot with like matchup graphics. So when the graphics come up, they this person versus this person, and
Mhm.
you know
Lightning bolts. I saw lightning bolts on your website. So, like
so
a
yeah,
wrestler would walk out, you'd see lightning bolts or
that's
flames.
yeah,
That's
that
you.
one. That's my primary job, and then a whole bunch of other stuff we do for like broadcast itself. So, but it's
Wow.
fun. I've been there February 14th, 2000, Valentine's Day.
Valentine's
I've been
Day.
dating my job for the last will be 25 years. Yeah, we have quite a relationship.
That's a lover I would like to have. Quick little personal question. Now, I'm a very anxious person.
Me
People
too.
don't think this. I get scared before everything. I get scared before this. I get scared, just anticipatory anxiety. So, The Rock is a big celebrity. Some people get intimidated by big names. I get intimidated by everyone. I think every single human on this earth is worthy. So that's just my perspective. I'm nervous before talking to anyone because we all have something to offer. So now with The Rock, did you were making his presentation behind him, this animation for him. Now, did you get nervous? Were you scared? What if it doesn't work? Like what goes into that?
No, like I didn't work with him directly, but I worked with my
Hmm.
boss and we worked with his team and they would give us
Yes.
and it was awesome. It was, when I work with good people like that and and they're receptive and they tell me, give me good direction. And I put more effort than I was working overnights, I was like, I wanted to
Oh
make,
wow.
because the experience was that good. I've been there for 25 years because I worked with amazing people. It really is. It's a great
Yeah.
company to support.
So
And yeah.
I'm sorry, do you ever worry that like there's going to be a tech glitch like today, like the audio doesn't work or something? You ever worry about
It's
that?
the team that I send the graphics to, because I build the graphics and I send it to the team on the road. They're masters at their craft. There's never been
Wow.
an incident where it hasn't, I've never seen them. They're the best in the world, really is. The company
Wow.
has an amazing staff, and I'm telling you, they've never been a problem working with them.
Very cool. Okay, one more question on this topic before we go to your books, because you're writing, I mean, you do so much. This man is definitely talented. I would call you like a renaissance man of the creativity world. Now, back in, was it 2000, 2002, February 14th, you got this job.
2000.
Now, why do you think 2000? Why do you think they picked you? What was it about you that they said, we gotta have you?
So I'll tell you, my I was at SVA, School of Visual Arts, trying to get my
Hmm.
degree. It was tough because I didn't have money and yeah, had to find a
Hmm.
job. like my parents didn't have a lot of money and stuff. So my one of my best friends got me the job there. God rest his soul, he passed away about 20 years ago.
Oh,
In
oh,
he got me the job there, and it was just six of us, and it just I learned everything there, and it was one of those positions where school could only take you so far because of the equipment. The field is driven by the industry,
hmm
so I
hmm
learned everything there, and I worked with the six of
yeah.
us. And now there's like 40 people in the department, so it was just a me and this. I just put the work in. They saw that I love to work. I work great with everybody, and
Mm.
I'm just happy all the time. I'm a
Yeah, you're
anxious
good vibes.
spirit, try to keep everybody, you know. So that's
Yeah,
and then
I believe when you're people said this to me and they hire me, it's like when you just feel good around someone, then you want to work with them.
yeah.
A lot of it's about feeling and if you can trust them and you know that you're taken care of. Like it seems like you're going in, you're going to take care of the job properly, and
I, I
that's
I
the
try
key.
to go above and beyond, and I'm always humble every day. I'm thankful for every single situation that I have.
So,
Every single I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you, and I'm humble about it. So
yeah. So switching gears. Now you're working on your third book called Big Country. It's about giants in the Great Smoky Mountains. And hopefully it'll release May 2nd, making this a Taurus stubborn baby. So now what's this
my
book all
birthday.
about?
That's my birthday,
Oh, your
Mason.
birthday's May 2nd? My
Yeah.
favorite people. I have three May 8ths, one May 3rd. They're my favorites. I only actually dated, not dated, but I only was like friends and BFFs and like I guess lovers for like 5, 6, 7, 8 years with Tauruses. They're my favorites. Anyway, carry
Awesome.
on.
It'll be my 50th birthday, so these are
Fifty,
it'll
you look
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
damn.
Thank you.
So what's this all about? This big country book about
Oh,
giants.
Big Country is fun. It's a deviation from Dogs of Creation series, um,
Hmm
because I just don't know how to write book three. So Big
Okay.
Country, it's certain scenes like my creativity is driven a lot by music. If I hear a song, a scene pops in my head, and or one scene pops in my head, and I just want to write a book about giants, and this is some songs, and now I'm just researching the Appalachian Trail, getting in contacts, and just like trying to find it. It's like pretty much it's just the team of filmmakers, this mismatch of filmmakers that consists of one's a serial killer, Native American serial killer.
Relatable.
Yeah,
Just kidding. Just kidding.
there's a whole there's a whole history of that going on, and
Uh-huh.
a mobster is involved too to try to find real estate. But it's really it's about the siblings, these estranged siblings that kind of work together and their
Hmm.
uh, family issues going down into this kind of underground system in the Appalachian Trail, the Great Smoky Mountains, where these giants, people that don't, essentially it's people that don't. What if you and I didn't stop growing? That's
Uh-huh.
what to these people in this race of giants in this underground location. So
So one question. Now, I don't really spend much time on TikTok, but again, I had my wisdom teeth taken out Monday, so I've spent a lot of time on social media for the first time in a while because I had downtime. Now, TikTok is full of people talking about the Appalachian Trail and all these things that you're not supposed to say the name because then you can conjure it. So, do you believe that at one time on this planet there were giants?
you know what? I'm um I'm the kind of person who I research everything. For me, it's like I need some evidence. I'm an evidence-based kind of guy. I'm not very like I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious.
Hmm
With supernatural stuff, I'm like I love it, but I think a little bit more about it on a more of a scientific level. And
hmm
science, I think there were, of course, anatomy varies over the course of thousands of years. People were smaller back then. So when you
hmm
have this one person that was 7 feet tall, the stories that we write are usually exaggerated so we could read them. So they're interesting because
hmm
I don't think there were giants. I think the stories that the Native Americans wrote about, and as I researched this stuff, they did have stories of like these. And I don't know off the top of my head of like these chiefs. One chief that was like this. It takes place in my story, Big Country. Um,
Uh-huh.
about these giants and all throughout the world. And in the Bible, they talk about the Nephilim and other stories about giants and
Right.
throughout culture. There's this, and I think a lot of it's just the way to the for our perception of story.
Oh, okay.
So, and I take this to another. Have you ever seen the movie Troll Hunter? I think it was Troll Hunter or Troll.
No,
It's a
should I?
Swedish film. It's really good. I think it was called
Okay.
Hunter. and it was
Okay.
like I think it was Swedish or Finnish or Norwegian. I'm sorry, I don't, but that kind of like for me, I watched that movie a couple more times to get an idea of
Mhm.
how it's like a found footage kind of thing with giants. Um,
Oh wow.
it's really cool. Yeah, yeah, it's really cool. Very well filmed.
That
So
sounds cool. That sounds cool. I wonder how small people feel about it. Do they get jealous?
I'm sure they do.
Vern Troyer's like, you. Well, he passed. R.I.P. I think he passed. If he
Oh,
didn't, I'm really sorry.
yeah, he did. He did. He
Okay,
did.
okay. Like, I don't want to get that wrong. There's one celebrity I keep thinking passes. And I remember I had a boyfriend who lived with me. I'm like, yeah, he died, right? And they're like, no, he's still alive. I think it was a comedian. I'm like, I keep thinking he's dead. Anyway.
It's social media.
Whoops. Now I want to switch gears to something that really intrigues me now. You make a neighborhood attraction. Now, am I allowed to say what town or city this
Sure,
attraction's in?
absolutely. Yeah, well, yeah,
So,
definitely.
what
Stamford,
city is it
Connecticut.
in?
Um,
Okay, all right. So here we go. On to the next question. I didn't want to dox you.
no,
You
my
know?
friend. Oh, it's cool.
All right, all right. So he creates a neighborhood attraction out of his garage in Stamford, Connecticut. We know that now. And it's mostly animatronic. It's a walkthrough. There's cool scenes. It's monsters to aliens. And I believe it's around the Halloween season, right?
Yeah.
It's like a
Mhm.
haunted house type of thing. Okay, I
Yeah,
wasn't sure if it was year round because some people do that.
I wish.
I'm doing that right now. Actually, I have a 12-foot high Santa that's deflated right now because I'm on 4 hours sleep and I was shooting and I have blood on my bed right now. But that my goal is to have a 12-foot high Santa all year round. I have a Merry Christmas sign for the last 6 months all year round. There's a story on that. But
Awesome.
yeah, I want to make this Merry Christmas all year round and I have a reason. But anyway, back to you. So now you have this neighborhood attraction, and even Ron Howard came through to walk with his grandson. You
And
get hundreds of people come in. I mean, what is this all about? Why do you do this? This is a lot of work.
I did it. I started this during COVID. I love Halloween, and it started. This was my fourth year that I did it. And during COVID, I was like, I felt so bad for the kids with the trick or treating,
Ah,
and I was like, I got to, my son was 3 at the time, and he was oblivious to what was happening. But for me, I was like, I want to do something for to cheer up, to say that your imagination could take you a lot farther. Um,
right.
and
Yeah,
it's a huge, it's like something that could really explore, and kids could work on their imagination. And even for me too, this is partly I'm jealous. So I'm not jealous. I'm selfish. I'm like, this is for me too. It's like I just love
yeah,
Halloween allows us to just explore the world in a different way that doesn't exist on a day-to-day. It's an imagination pusher, it really is.
100%.
So I started with just with little composite stuff in the garage, and I started buying these 10 foot by 10 foot tents cheap. And I'm down to now to like 5 10 by 10 foot tents and a 20 by 10 foot tent. Plus the garage, you're looking at about 1,000 square feet of real estate that I do. So I have these main attractions. Basically, I support Spirit Halloween, and you
Well,
go through and these cool animatronics. I set up different rooms, spiders,
wow. That's a,
monsters, and then the main room I have attractions. Last year was clowns, this year was aliens, next year is bugs, giant looming bugs, and
I have to come. I have to come. Please, please send me this like way in advance. I want to schedule this in like June, July and pick the date. Make
awesome.
sure I'm free.
So I'm starting
Please,
to
it's
build my
so
own
cool.
props too. That's the new thing I'm
Me
doing is I'm
too.
going to build giant spider. I'm going to build my own giant spider, glow in the dark mandibles, and I have a
Yeah.
great group of friends, Angelis Perez and Mike Fortunato, who like helped me, brought me into the Halloween scene, and I worked at haunt events because of them with Corporum
Yeah.
and their events too, and they taught me everything. And then just like I've got a good group to work off
You
of
know,
things.
it's so cool because I remember during the pandemic, I couldn't see my parents for 2 years, and they both had cancer, and it was like there was other stuff going on. But I remember I went to I went to with my boyfriend at the time, or whatever, some loser trying to be my boyfriend. Whatever. More, that's another story. Maybe I'll make a documentary on it. We went to this like Halloween trunk show. So I thought it was like for adults, whatever. It was more for kids, but it was basically, I had no idea what this was. It's like a common thing I guess I should know about. It's all these people decorate the trunks of their cars like Halloween stuff.
Oh, trunk or treat.
And yeah,
Yeah,
it was simple, but it was so cute. And it was like it really brought me a lot of joy to see creativity
I
outside during the pandemic, and people were happy and they were accepting. And on Halloween you could be Frankenstein, you could be black, white, Jamaican, from an outer space, and everyone's like, oh cool, I'm a witch, you're a wrestler, we're friends. It's such a beautiful thing. And this,
it's
what you do, you said it's totally free for the community,
Oh
no one
yeah,
pays
yeah.
an
I do
entrance.
it next year. I'm going to do a charity and just try to, maybe
Yeah.
kids with cancer, something to raise money for a cause. And
Yeah.
it's free because like one of the reasons like I don't want to charge anybody, and also it's like it's I control the theme. Like I don't ask for
Hmm.
investors or anything, and I just
Wow.
make sure I can my I consolidate. I have money for it. Buy
Hmm.
that's and just build it and just like have fun. It's just an expression of me, and everybody gets
Yeah.
and it's everybody's I have the best neighbors. They're so cool with it. When they got hundreds
It's
of people
amazing.
through, I mean, kids are running, laughing, and I'm like, wow, this is so.
Aw.
Adults too are loving it, and I have it
Yeah.
for the weekend. So like this year, I had it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and next year it'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just like
Wow. Wow.
yeah. So
So you
I mean,
mentioned Spirit Halloween. Are they going to sponsor? Do they sponsor it at all?
you know what? I was gonna
Do they
ask them.
want to sponsor?
I, I'm sure they have. It's a whole another thing. I'm going to ask them though if I could utilize them as a charity, like use them as a to funnel charity through. Because I love that they do the spirit how the for children to have the
Oh,
spirit
they
how
do.
they
Okay.
do it. Yeah, they
Or
do,
okay. Or you can just, you're a doer. You can just pick some families or
that's
people you know. That's kind of what I want to do, or what I do. It's like I find people that need something specific, and I'm like, I'm gonna help them do X, Y, Z.
that's a good idea.
So
Yeah, it's true. It's
yeah,
all
and that might be
learning.
better because I work for a nonprofit. I don't want to say, different ones, but I think it's a 28% they can give away to charity, but still a lot of that doesn't have to go to the charity. A lot of it can go to admin fees. So like I did the accounting, and a lot of the money that was donated, unless it was designated to go directly to certain campaigns, like I can't even say I don't want to give away the name of the charity. A lot of it would go to paying me. And I was like, oh God, when I grow up, this was a while ago, right out of college, I want to just find things specifically, and I don't want the CEO and the rent of an accountant taking the money. So I don't know, just an idea for you.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
where to
That's the
donate.
other thing I thought about too in the back of my mind. I was like, am I sure all the money's going to X, Y, and Z? But could
Yeah,
only,
I'm sure you know like five people who need something. I don't
that's
know,
true.
just a thought.
That's true.
Yeah,
And support the neighborhood,
yeah.
town, not the local businesses. That's a good idea too. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
awesome. Thank
anyway, on that note, we're already at 20 minutes. I said I was going to keep this short, but
you.
we're at the normal time. I hope the audio is good because as we know at the beginning, audio has been destroyed. So on that note, I'm going to get your final thought, and I would love to do another interview at some time. There's so many questions I have for you, and you do so many interesting things. What's your final thought for today, for anyone on the radio and society? Anything
No,
you want to say?
just I just like I said, I'm thankful for everything I have, humble about it, and I never thought I'd be writing a book, but I was like during COVID, when I realized I have more years behind me than ahead of me, I want to make them
Mhm.
wonderful, and I'm just surrounded by great people, and I'm just keep your dreams come true, move forward,
Yeah.
have fun, but also it's like there's more serious things to worry about, and this is
Mhm.
and I'm just every moment I'm just thankful and enjoying the moment. And I have to give a shout out to my manager Rodney Miles, who he hooked us up through Mark, and
Very cool.
so that's awesome. I was like, cool, thanks, man. I'm like, this is I've never done this before, so thank you, and thank you for taking your time with me. I have to thank you too. Really, it's like
I mean, I could have taken another hour and wrote so many more questions because you do so many things. I mean, this is I mean, your story and what you have to offer.
thank you.
It for me personally is very interesting. I was making intestines last night. I mean, I was making props. So you're making props. Like I
Oh,
can relate to a lot of things
yeah,
you
I want to
do. And
talk to you about. I got to pick your brain about a lot of stuff too, and
for sure, you can
cool.
interview me.
That'd be
I
cool.
can
Yeah.
switch it to, we could do another interview when you ask me the questions. We go vice versa. We could do an hour long, uncensored. Anyway, I gotta go to an appointment and get some pictures of myself from a photographer. So I
Nice.
have to go. And on
That'll be
that
easy
note,
with you. You're so photogenic.
thank you. This is me right out of bed.
Awesome. Well, you
I
do a
just
great
got out of bed.
job.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
fun.
You're getting the real Jay Feldy today. So again, thank you so much for the tolerance, for the sound, the audio glitches, for being you, for giving to the rock, for giving to WE, to giving to society, entertainment, and for most importantly, I think giving joy to your community, because that is huge. If everyone just even did half of what you did for the community, no, or 10th, a 20th, I think this world would be a better place. So that's my final thought. And now back to you in the studio, Mark Torres.